When Sony bought Crunchyroll, it was pretty shocking to people. This one single company controls a massive part of Western anime distribution, and while a lot of people like anime, a lot of people don't trust Sony, and we hadn't heard what they were planning to do, if they wanted to keep Funimation and Crunchyroll separate, or if they wanted to merge them into one entity, but now we do, because they've announced that they're planning to phase out the Funimation brand. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. Now, if you all do not know about this purchase, I have made some videos on it and they will be linked below, but I quickly wanted to reference this article from Polygon. This is back from August 2021. It says Funimation officially acquires anime streaming service Crunchyroll for $1.175 billion. On Wednesday, Sony Pictures Entertainment announced that AT&T and Warner Media agreed to sell Crunchyroll to Funimation. A lot of people were very shocked to hear this news. The rumors had been floating around for quite a while that Warner Media and AT&T wanted to get out of the anime industry. They just didn't want to deal with Crunchyroll. They wanted to find a way to get rid of it, and this is who they decided to go to, which isn't really that surprising because they already had Funimation. So they could take all of this content and make one new streaming service. They could merge them together and they could completely rebrand, or they could just keep one branding and phase out the other, which is what they're doing. It says, though there had been rumblings of the acquisition for a few weeks, it wasn't clear just how the deal would go down or if it would at all. The purchase price for the transaction was estimated by Sony to be $1.175 billion. This is a massive amount of money. Nothing like the acquisitions that are going through the gaming industry right now, like Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard for almost $70 billion, but it's still big. It says the Crunchyroll team has done an extraordinary job of not only growing the Crunchyroll brand, but also building a passionate community of anime fans. Crunchyroll's success is a direct result of the company's culture and commitment to their fans. They say this, that they're very committed to their fans, even though they're really not. Everyone's got their problems with Crunchyroll and also with Funimation. I've talked about both many, many times on the channel, but even look at situations like this. This was from 2020. On Funimation, Interspecies Reviewers was completely canceled because they said that it fell outside of the company's standards. Here is another example. Funimation's upcoming physical release of Azure Lane anime will be heavily censored. There has been a lot of censorship with both of them over the years, and some people prefer Funimation, some people prefer Crunchyroll, but both do have their problems. It doesn't really come across like they love their consumers and love their fans when they literally don't listen to them. They don't give us the content we want. We know Crunchyroll has been putting out content like High Guardian Spice. They paid for that years ago. They released it. It was a complete and utter failure. And the creative team behind it actually blamed Crunchyroll and said they didn't give us the budget. They didn't give us the time. They announced it too early, even though we didn't want it announced. Whatever the case may be, Crunchyroll also has faced its own problems. But going on over to this Variety article, this was from March 1st, it says Crunchyroll is adding all Funimation anime content. Sony starts to phase out the Funimation brand. So Sony has basically decided to kill off Funimation. They are no longer going forward with the Funimation brand, it seems like. So it says Sony is effectively merging its two anime streaming services, announcing that Crunchyroll subscribers will have access to library and simulcast content previously available exclusively on Funimation starting March 1st. This move brings more than 1,600 hours from more than 50 newly added titles in Funimation's lineup to Crunchyroll, while Sony said it won't be raising prices on Crunchyroll's packages for now. Of course, they say, oh, they're not raising any prices for now, but I bet in half a year they will raise those prices quite a bit. Look at Netflix. I mean, nothing's happened really with them, but they decided suddenly to raise their prices by $2 to $3 a package. I am sure that they will raise these prices soon. It says the company said future new series will be exclusive to Crunchyroll starting April 1st. So while you will still be able to access content that was already on Funimation, and you will be able to watch new episodes of shows that are already on there, you will not be getting any new exclusive content anymore. You will have to go over to Crunchyroll for that. It says Sony's Funimation Global Group bought Crunchyroll for $1.175 billion in cash from AT&T, a deal that closed in August 2021, bringing together two former rivals. Yes, a lot of people right now are feeling very worried about this, primarily because of the monopoly that Sony has. They basically have a Western anime monopoly. Yes, there's still other companies like HIDIVE, but they're not the size of Crunchyroll and Funimation. I mean, Sony is an anime powerhouse now. It says that under Sony's ownership, the anime division has now been redubbed Crunchyroll LLC, operated as a joint venture between Sony Pictures Entertainment and Aniplex, a subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment Japan. So yes, ultimately, it's good if you're someone who pays for a ton of streaming services and now you don't have to pay for that extra fee, but they've got a lot of power over anime in the West now. It also means they've got less competition, so they don't have to try as hard to create good products because people will still support them because there's not a lot of other options for Western anime fans. Again, there's things like HIDIVE, and Netflix creates their own anime, and they also get some series, but I think you all understand what I mean. They do not have a ton of competition now. I mean, they were the two rivals in the industry, Funimation, Crunchyroll. Which did you support? Some people supported both. A lot of people only supported one. And now they're just one giant service. Sony said merging Funimation content into Crunchyroll will create a huge benefit for new and existing subscribers who will no longer have to pay for two services. And again, yes, that is pretty good if you're someone who pays for a bunch of services. Maybe you paid for both Funimation and Crunchyroll. Now you don't have to pay for that. But I'm sure that these prices will go up eventually here. And like I said, it means they've got less competition, so now they don't have to try as hard to create products. Ultimately, this might be fantastic for people who want to be able to consume a bunch of anime and only pay for one streaming service. For the normal consumer, I'm sure that this is good. But again, these companies do not have good track records. They've ripped a series off of their services before because they weren't appropriate in their descriptions. They've censored a lot of content. They've removed content from anime. I mean, let's look at their dubs, for instance. Those also have been heavily criticized. I want to say that maybe this will be positive, but right now I'm not feeling very positive about it, primarily because it's Sony. I do not really trust Sony. They have not given us any reasons to trust them, but only time will tell. But Sony, as you guys can see, are killing Funimation, and they are merging all of the content together. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.